What's good, nerds? Thank you for joining the Movie Mass. I am your brother in film, Movie Monk Jay, the Cardinal of Criterion, the Shaolin Abbot of Arrow, the Bishop of Bull Moose, baby. You know it. The Criterion Choir Boy here to holler at you. It's that time of year, guys. I'm feeling festive. I got my old-fashioned family Christmas t-shirt on. This is a National Lampoon Christmas Vacation t-shirt. I've been wearing this with pride lately, and you know, it's that time of the year. Start getting into Christmas films, and the time, I think, is now to unveil upon you all my list of 5 overrated Christmas films. People have been begging me for this list for several weeks now, even after Halloween, maybe even a couple of before Halloween. People were begging me for this list. So it is finally the right time to unveil this upon you all. And I'm going to apologize in advance to some of you guys out there. I'm about to roast some movies that might be near and dear to your heart, but are not very near and dear to my heart. Keep in mind that film appreciation is subjective, okay? You don't have to agree with me, and if I'm wrong, if you think I'm wrong, please feel free to let me know what a dickhead I am in the comments. It's okay. So anyway, I'm about to get myself on the Blue Tuber naughty list with this small group of overrated films. But again, a caveat that I also want to throw out is that just because a movie is overrated doesn't mean it's bad. It doesn't mean I hate it. I simply think that the consensus is maybe a little bit too glowing for a particular movie. Some movies just get absolutely praised and jerked off and stuff like that without just cause, in my opinion, at least. So keep in mind, I don't hate all of these. There's a few movies that I do hate on this list, and I'll tell you which ones they are. But I want to start out with, because I got like 15% left on this camera battery, I'm going to try to crank this out as fast as I can. I'm going to start out with an honorable mention for a film that it's an honorable mention because I don't actually think this film is overrated. However, I'm sure there's a few people in the world who like this movie, and that's a few too many. I think my Christmas wish is that 0 people in the entire world would like or enjoy or even appreciate at a most basic level the film that I'm about to mention, and that is The Christmas Shoes. This is my honorable mention because, again, I don't think it's overrated. I don't hear a lot of people talking about The Christmas Shoes, but that's actually a bad thing. I think more people need to talk about The Christmas Shoes. More people need to talk about what a god-awful piece of shit that movie is. That movie's a piece of shit. That movie's a fucking piece of shit. It's the Hitler of movies. I hate The Christmas Shoes. And I'm a Buddhist. I'm a Catholic Buddhist. I'm not supposed to hate anything. There are a few exceptions, okay? I hate my daughter's seat buckle on the car seat seat buckle. I hate that thing with a fiery passion. But even that cantankerous seat belt, I don't hate as much as I hate The Christmas Shoes. The Christmas Shoes is the worst goddamn movie ever of all time. I hate that movie so much. Let me tell you something. The Christmas Shoes has everything that you don't want from a Christmas movie. It's depressing. It's tragic. A little boy loses his mom. He gets her some shoes that she ain't gonna wear unless you bury her in them. I mean, why are you buying this bitch shoes, man? It sounds kind of cold-blooded, but she don't need no shoes, dog. Now where's she going? She gonna be tap dancing with Jesus on the clouds, dog. You think she needs shoes to dance on clouds? I don't think so. They're gonna be pretty soft on her heavenly feet. Anyway, that movie sucks. It sucks every dick in the world. I hate The Christmas Shoes with a fiery passion. And anybody that likes The Christmas Shoes, go ahead and unsubscribe right now. Go find a new place to hang out. We're not cracking a beer when you come to Maine. Absolutely not, if you like The Christmas Shoes. I can tolerate a lot of shit, but people liking The Christmas Shoes is one thing that I'm not about to tolerate this Christmas season, okay? Anyway, here's my actual list of overrated movies, and I'm going to start out with one that I don't understand why it's so overrated. It's a terrible movie. It is A Christmas Story. Ralphie has the most punchable face of all time, of any face. If I got an opportunity to punch Hitler or Ralphie, I would hit Ralphie twice. Fuck that kid's face. Fuck him right in his face. Best part of that movie is where Santa Claus stomps on his face. He should have done it like Tony Soprano did and kick all the kids' teeth out. I can't stand that movie. The voiceover is also painful. Get out of here with the voiceover. I don't want the voiceover. Every time TBS plays The Christmas Story for 24 hours straight on Christmas Day, it makes me wish I was Jewish. I could just be watching, I don't know, Seinfeld and ordering Chinese food. Way better than watching A Christmas Story. I could be getting my dick kicked, and it would be better than watching A Christmas Story. I don't like Christmas Story at all. I dislike Christmas Story. It's better than The Christmas Shoes. Everything is better than The Christmas Shoes. Getting jerked off with sandpaper is better than The Christmas Shoes. Anyway, A Christmas Story is like the single best argument for converting to Islam, in my opinion. If I see A Christmas Story one more time, I swear to God, I'm going to join ISIS. The next movie that I believe is very overrated is a little film called Elf. This is a more recent addition to the Christmas canon. It's like 20 plus years old now at this point, but it's not one of these like old classics from the 50s, like, you know, some old version of A Christmas Carol with fucking Albert Finney singing and tap dancing from 1970. This is one of the newer additions to the list. Anyway, I kind of feel bad for Will Ferrell because I think that in recent years, his appraisal as an entertainer has kind of suffered a little bit. Around the mid-aughts, dude was untouchable. And Elf hit right around that time. It came out in '03, right when Will Ferrell was like popping off, and he was going to have a few more hot years after this. He did Old School, then he did Elf, then he's going to do Anchorman and Talladega Nights, and I mean he did definitely have like several bangers. I feel like that very much was his decade for comedy. He really did run the aughts. I feel like that was his decade. And I think in more recent years, a lot of people consider him as an actor to be a bit overrated. I don't know if it's like he was a one-trick pony. He just excels at this kind of like manic buffoonery. And I think people just really outgrew that very quickly. And you see that in Elf. You see that in Elf when he gets into the fight accidentally with the beef and cheese Santa, when he gets into the fight with the dwarf author who he accidentally provokes. It's like this kind of pratfall that's just really kind of buffoonish and just silly. And I think, you know, maybe the first couple of times when it has some novelty, it makes you laugh. But then after a little while, I think it fades a little bit. But for some reason, Elf has really kind of stuck around. Elf is on TV every single Christmas, several times a Christmas. It does seem to be one of his movies. Like people, we're all fed up with Will Ferrell until Christmas time. Then it's like, he gets a pass for about 3 weeks in December. I'll watch Elf maybe once or twice and show it to my kids. But I just feel like Elf really did become a classic kind of quickly. It didn't take a full 20 years for it to become a classic because they were doing like musicals and TV specials of Elf like less than a decade after its release. I think it came out in '03, and in 2010, they did like a musical or some shit. I don't know. I'm not paying any attention to it because I think this shit is overrated. I saw this shit in the theater, and I remember walking out of the theater thinking like, it was all right, but it's not a new Christmas classic. Fast forward 20 years, and you fuckers seem to have decided it's a Christmas classic. I don't agree. I didn't co-sign on that. You're dragging me kicking and screaming into that future reality where Elf is some kind of Christmas classic. Anyway, my problem with Elf, and I think the reason why Elf doesn't live up to a better level, is that it doesn't represent that balance of like idealism and real world letdown, like something like Christmas Vacation. It has that sort of like Clark Griswold has this sort of mental image, and then reality never quite lives up to it, and that juxtaposition feels very real. Like that's family. I don't think Elf really quite has that. And I also don't think Elf at all really tries to show any of that like redemption of the human spirit at Christmas time that you get from something like Bad Santa or A Christmas Carol or The Grinch. And so I think Elf is just kind of missing that. It's fine for kids. I don't hate Elf. I much prefer Elf to A Christmas Story, for instance. I showed it to my daughters this year. It was their first time seeing Elf, and they very much enjoyed it. It had the candy gumdrops and the narwhal and the snowman guy from Rudolph. So, like, they got it. I think it clicked with them. It had Santa Claus in it, the reindeer, all that shit. So if you're 6, fine, enjoy Elf. If you're 36, then fuck off. It's time to get drunk and watch Bad Santa. I'll meet you there. Okay. This next movie is also mad overrated. This one might be the most overrated one on the list. I should have saved it for last. This might be the most overrated one. Maybe not. It's The Nightmare Before Christmas. I think my problem with Nightmare Before Christmas is it just tries to be too much to too many people. Also, nobody seems to know that it wasn't directed by Tim Burton. Everybody just gives Tim Burton too much credit for this shit. I've never known when the fuck to watch The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's too early for the Christmas shit if I watch it on Halloween, and then it's also too late for all the Halloween shit if I watch it at Christmas. So the vibe is just off. The vibe is off no matter when I watch it. What am I supposed to do? Split the difference and watch it on Black Friday? That's stupid too. So it's like it's too much Halloween for Christmas and it's too much Christmas for Halloween. I don't know when I'm supposed to watch this weird bastard of a movie. Should I watch it in March? I don't know. Probably I shouldn't watch it at all because I think it's a dumb movie. I also feel like every girl on earth thinks that she's like unique and quirky because she loves the Nightmare Before Christmas, except Nightmare Before Christmas is more basic than pumpkin spice. Fantastic. You have a Jack Skellington tramp stamp. Congratulations. That's exactly what I wanted to blast off on, is a Jack Skellington tattoo. Right down there. That's what you give me to look at. So anyway, Nightmare Before Christmas is it's a Christmas movie for teenage goth kids that think they're edgy, only they're not. We already knew this shit 35 years ago. And so Nightmare Before Christmas can fuck right off, please. And take all your fans with you. Just fuck right off. Go to some other fucking holiday because you're not getting the shit right. You know what else is overrated? The live action The Grinch by Ron Howard starring Jim Carrey. I said it, motherfucker. That shit is mad overrated. People only like this movie because they were kids when they saw it for the first time. It's the same reason anybody likes Star Wars at all. Try showing Star Wars to a 40-year-old man. They're not gonna like it. Same thing with the live action Grinch. Show the live action Grinch to a 30-year-old dude who grew up in the 1970s and 1980s watching the animated Grinch cartoon from the 60s and see what they think about your live-action Grinch. Boom. Might as well be a DVD. Jim Carrey just makes the same face the whole movie. It's just that, like, lower lip pout and scowl. He just yells something and he goes like that. He just makes that weird face and sticks his lip out like the whole movie. It's 105 minutes of that, and it's just terrible. I just don't think that A Grinch Story really had the makings of a feature-length production. The original book is short. I know because I've read it to my kids every day for the last 2 weeks. The original TV spot, it's a short special. It's a half-hour TV spot. I think The Grinch works when it's lean, it's short, it's tight. You got to keep The Grinch tight, guys. Trying to hit that feature runtime invariably results in fluff that doesn't serve the themes of The Grinch or even really make it that much more interesting. I think they fluffed the fuck out of this movie and it doesn't add anything. It doesn't make it interesting. I'm just still sitting there and I'm like, why isn't this over yet? It's supposed to be over in 27 minutes, okay? The great thing about the shorter Grinch, I don't have to get up to get another beer. It's a 1 beer special. That's how The Grinch is supposed to be. 105 minutes, I gotta bring a cooler and sit it next to me where my daughter's supposed to be. I think showing The Grinch's backstory is dumb. I think it's dumb. Don't show his backstory. I don't want to know his backstory. I'm not interested and I don't want to know because I don't care. The whole point is that no one quite knows the reason he hates the whole Christmas season. That's the point. Dr. Seuss wrote it, right? Why are you going to fuck with the original? Anyway, so they got 105 minutes to fill. They have to show us the kid Grinch making a gift for some otherwise cute girl with these giant honking chipmunk teeth. And then He travels to Whoville in disguise so that he can meet Cindy Lou Who in some kind of psychedelic mailroom. It's really stupid. The worst part, though, of the live-action Grinch by Ron Howard is how they did the Who's in this movie. They were a bit inscrutable in the original work. I find that the Who adults were really, like, almost not present at all. And the kids, like, certainly enjoyed their toys, as kids do at Christmas time, but in the live action version, they're just like these vapid overconsumers whose sole priority is materialism. All they seem to care about is hyperconsumption and one-upping their neighbors' Christmas decorations. They just really turn these Who's into like these vapid, kind of soulless, mindless drone consumers. These are not the people that are going to uphold some spiritual tradition. Cindy Lou Who is the only character to wonder whether or not the Christmas holiday offers any special, like, humane or spiritual meaning. Otherwise, the Who's just want their fucking toys. They don't care about Christmas. The Who's are supposed to care about Christmas. They're supposed to sing the fucking song that turns the Grinch's whole heart around. Why does his heart grow 3 sizes that day, motherfucker? Do you ever sit and wonder that? Do you ever lay there trying to put your kid to sleep and the lights are out and she's still yapping and she's asking you why his heart grew 3 sizes? You're supposed to think about it. You're supposed to contemplate. Why did his heart grow 3 sizes that day? It's because he was moved by the Who's, because in the end of the day, he had it all wrong. He thought all they were about was the feasting and the toys and the bullshit and the overconsumption. But at the end of the day, he was wrong. Really, what Christmas meant to them was something that was spiritual. It was communal. It was special. But in the live-action movie, all they give a fuck about is the toys and the bullshit and the wrapping paper, and that's what Christmas is about. Right, honey? We gotta buy gifts for everybody. Fuck that movie. I'm getting angry now talking about that movie. I gotta take a sip of this and calm down. The Who's in that movie are just miserable, dim-witted dirtbags that just are not, there's no spiritual elevation. You're not gonna get motivated or inspired to be a better human being by that group of fucktards. Anyway, fuck off, Ron Howard's Grinch. If I never see it again, it'll be too soon. Although I got kids, so Lord knows I'm gonna watch it 4 more times this year and 57 more times before I die, because that's the fucking hell I live in. That's my burden. Anyway, we're here to the last film. This is the last one that I want to tell you is overrated, and this is the one that I like the most. I want to throw that out there. This is the movie that I like, actually, that I do think is a very good film, made by a very fine director with a very fine star, and it is a good film, okay? So before I say what I'm going to say, I need the record to state, okay? The stenographer over there needs to note, I said it's a good film. It's just that I feel like it's a little overrated. Maybe I don't think it's as good as everybody else thinks it is. Maybe I don't think it's the quintessential Christmas film. Although I do feel like it is a film that you should watch maybe every year, maybe not every year, but maybe every year. And I do think it is an important part of the holiday canon for the Christmas holiday. That being said, I do think that this film is overrated, and I want to apologize personally to both my man's Chase from AB Pop Culture and my wife. These are 2 people that are dear to me that also very much like It's a Wonderful Life. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. I'm not saying it's bad. It's not a bad movie at all. I like It's a Wonderful Life. But, look, I like it. It's a classic that we all grew up with, right? Our parents grew up with it. Our grandparents probably grew up watching It's a Wonderful Life. But I gotta say, it feels a little overrated to me. A little, just a little bit. First of all, it's billed as a Christmas movie. We all know it's a Christmas movie. Obviously, it's a Christmas movie, but is it though? Let me just throw this out there. There's not a ton of Christmas in It's a Wonderful Life. Like, watch It's a Wonderful Life. There's a Christmas tree in the climactic scene in the background right there, right behind Jimmy Stewart. But what I'm saying is the whole rest of the movie is not a lot of Christmas in it. They spend like an hour or more on George's whole backstory that kind of fill you in on his life story, starting from when he was a kid all the way up to now, right? And they let you know kind of how he got from this idyllic youth to, you know, maybe a dude who's about ready to jump off a bridge after getting kind of drunk. they show us his childhood and all this shit, all this, the guy who mixed up the pills wrong and boxes him in the ear or whatever. I don't know. He falls into the fucking lake. Maybe that happened at Christmas. I don't know. But a lot of his past, it wasn't happening at Christmas. It's not like they followed him through every Christmas of his life. Like A Day in the Life, it's Christmas every year from the time he was 5 to, 2 weeks ago. There's not really much of that. It shows him getting together with his wife, or the woman that would become his wife, and the mother of his children. His children are wicked cute. Don't get me wrong, I love kids, and his kids are wicked cute, all right? But the moral of the movie isn't even really dependent on Christmas, in my opinion. The idea that, like, George shouldn't kill himself because he has a positive overall impact on the people around him and his community, it's not exclusive to Christmas. Like, that general message that, like, you are important, and that there are people out there that value you, and if you weren't around to do the good things that you've done, then maybe people would be worse off without you. Maybe the world would be worse off without you. That's not an inherently Christmassy theme. I mean, I'm just saying this shit could have taken place on Easter or Thanksgiving or fucking Memorial Day. I'm just saying, okay? I'm sorry I feel bad saying it, but this is just what I'm thinking, and I gotta let it out, because if you want to fight me, I'm very sorry. Anyway, I also think that maybe George takes the wrong lesson from meeting his wife in the alternate timeline where he never existed. He gets to go experience, like, what's his wife doing in this timeline that he never existed? And honestly, without him existing, she becomes an old maid. That's a win, dog. Let me tell you, that's a win, because it could have been like she married some other dude and had these, like, weird, strange, ugly looking kids. You know what I mean? Like little mongoloids and shit like that. And he'd have to be like, for real, you married him? Like, he'd be disgusted with his own wife because he'd see her slumming it with some schlub and these ugly kids that they have and shit like that. And he'd be like, what the fuck? She's an old maid without him. So it's like the universe is telling George that either his wife is, like, up there with the Virgin Mary, or, like, George has the magic stick, is what they're saying. Like, he got the magic stick because she didn't want no other penis than his. There's not a single penis in that whole town, and maybe even the world, that she wanted. If his dick didn't exist in that universe, I would have done a goddamn backflip.
You're gonna do a goddamn backflip.
He's horrified that she doesn't recognize him. But I would have been like moonwalking around that room and shit like Dave Chappelle. I'd been like, shit, yeah. It's way better than seeing my wife with some weird dude having these ugly ass little kids and shit like that. I'd be like kicking the kids, like, fuck out of here, you little mongoloid and shit like that. Go to an alternate dimension and my wife is like a nun. She's like, my husband didn't exist in this dimension. I didn't want any other dick. Yeah, right. That's excellent news, man. That's the best news he got all year long, is his wife don't want no other dick than his. Anyway, there's a little bit of Christmas stuff in It's a Wonderful Life. There is. He runs through the town when he comes back into his normal timeline. He's all happy and shit because he exists again. He's having his little Ebenezer Scrooge Christmas morning moment where he's really happy to exist again, and there's a bunch of fake snow. This movie was released in, like, May or something stupid, too. Like, what are you going to release a Christmas movie in May? They did that shit back then, and it's ridiculous, and I don't like it. Don't be releasing Christmas movies in May, okay? If I had a time machine, I would fix that shit. I'd be like, this movie's a flop. Why? Because you're trying to sell it as a Christmas movie. At the same time, you're releasing the shit in May or April or whatever the fuck, June, whenever they released it. It was, like, as far away from Christmas as you can get, and that's ridiculous. Anyway, there's a Christmas scene in Goodfellas, too, but nobody calls that a quintessential Christmas film. It's not part of the Christmas canon. Sorry. I apologize to you. My wife loves It's a Wonderful Life. She does. It's probably her favorite Christmas movie. And Lord knows, that means I am going to watch it with her. She and I are going to watch it again and again and again. As my kids get a little older, I'll undoubtedly show it to them, and we will watch It's a Wonderful Life as a family. Again, I'm not saying It's a Wonderful Life is a bad film. I don't have anything bad to say about the way it's constructed, its narrative, its direction, anything like that. It's a great, great film, okay? Frank Capra is an excellent director. I got nothing bad to say about Frank Capra. I do think, it's not super Christmassy, and also it was released in May or something. So anyway, I got beef, but it's a small beef, and we can still sit at the dinner table together on Christmas night and enjoy It's a Wonderful Life if you wanna. I don't hate it. I just think people love it maybe more than they should, maybe more than I do. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm a Grinch at heart. So anyway, I'm gonna go hide in my bunker now until, I don't know, January or February when I can poke my head out again. I'm gonna go bulletproof my car, right? Because people are gonna come after me on that It's a Wonderful Life take. I'll stick my head back out once I find some more overrated movies to bitch about. Lord knows I'll be back with some Valentine's Day movies that suck dick. You know what else sucks? It's way overrated. Love Actually. That movie can fuck itself. I've never even seen that movie, and that's why I didn't make this list. But guess what? Fuck yourself, Love Actually. I love Alan Rickman, though, but fuck yourself, Love Actually. There's another bonus take for you. Anyway, I'm sorry, Chase. I'm sorry, Chunky Box. I love you both. Those are my overrated movies. Somehow my camera didn't die yet. Thank you to these people. I'm going to drink the rest of this beer, and peace out. I'm going to see you guys with some more Christmas shit real soon. Adios, fellas. And ladies, too. I don't know.